Just 15 miles southwest of Mobile, Alabama, there's a major operation underway to feed the hungry. Well, we fought our way through the rainstorm to Theodore, Alabama, to Feeding the Gulf Coast, which is a nonprofit organization set up to feed needy people along the Gulf Coast. This is Cindy Bloom, Produce Strategy Manager, and last year alone they gave away 22 million pounds of food to needy people along the Gulf Coast. So Cindy is going to show us around the facility, and we're going to see the garden that our friend Pat Smith is in charge of maintaining, right? Her whole job, her whole part-time job is to maintain their produce garden in the back. So we're going to check it out, so stay with us. Okay?
Perfect. That was good. Well, Feeding the Gulf Coast, we have 40 beds devoted solely to production, and then another few beds devoted solely to an education garden. So our production garden, it just kept growing and growing, and so it turned out we needed, and we had funding for a part-time staff member. So of course, that's when Patricia came on, and she has managed the garden for over a year. We actually own 29,000 square feet back behind this fence, and we've contracted with a permaculture designer, and he's written us a plan to develop all of it into a permaculture design.
Wow.
We don't have the funding yet.
When I came here, the beds was full of coconut grass. It was really invasive, it was really bad, but I know I can still make stuff grow in it, so I did. And also I talked to my vegetables. I talked to them so they grow for me and I harvest. Last year, I tripled their production here. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was like, I did it. Put me on the ad, the newsletter. Yeah, I was like surprised.
So Cindy, where did the fresh vegetables go?
The fresh vegetables are harvested. They're all grown in an organic manner, so obviously they're fresh and very nutritious for our clients. And so they're distributed to our 400 partners throughout the Central Gulf Coast. The production garden is only one avenue of where we source local produce from. And it's the highest quality of produce that we can provide to our agencies, but we do have other sources of our produce. If we get the funding for it, we definitely could expand. So right now, as Patricia said, when she came aboard, we just didn't have the staff time to devote to the garden. And so being able to have just, even Patricia, 20 hours a week, that tripled our production, just having somebody who actually cared and was devoted to that time. So if we were able to even have her for more time, we could produce a whole lot more, I'm sure.
Pat, with your situation, with your son, your children and everything, would you be even able to work 40 hours a week?
It's really hard. It's hard now just with the 20 hours.
Right. Have you ever counted up how many different plants you're growing?
I just grow. I say about 30.
Different things?
Yeah.
What grows especially well here? I've heard that okra grows really well.
Okra, yes, and black-eyed peas.
So where do you get the seeds? Do you rely on donations?
Donation.
In the last 2 months, they've harvested over 400 pounds of produce from the garden.
Wow.
And so what Patricia and I were in the process of having a little bit more of an intentional garden plan so that our production can be at that level as much as possible. Things that aren't intimidating to people, like things that they see all the time, like carrots and leeks and bell peppers and cucumbers, so that they there's no hesitation to take them.
It's just been so bad. I don't think they'll stay out here and just look and see what I can do by putting weeds.
Yeah.
So it's not the heat so much that bothers us, it's the rain down here, because we're one of the rainiest cities in the country.
Would that necessitate at some point having a greenhouse so that you can control the water?
That's one of our wish list items. We have part of a greenhouse donated, and so we're working through the process of completing that.
And talk to me about your rain capture.
So this is our rain capture tank, and it waters only half of our garden, our education garden, and the rest of the garden is run off of an electric well pump.
Working here changed my life because I'm able to grow food and give to family that's in need, and knowing that it's safe, organic, no pesticide. And I know when I'm handing to the agencies, I don't have to worry about nobody getting sick or wonder is anything on it like poison and everything. And I feel better about myself knowing they're eating something that's safe and healthy.
Well, you sound like you have a great partnership, the two of you.
We're growing.
Yeah. That's the idea, right?
Yes.
For growing
together.
Growing and
Yes.
growing. Well, let's go inside and see the
Sure.
warehouse.
Over half of the food that we receive here at the food bank comes from grocery stores. So like Walmart, Target, Winn-Dixie, Rouse's, and we go and pick up every single day. And our staff will pick up, it's nothing to pick up 2,500 pounds just of produce on a Monday, just from one store. Near to the end of its life, bakery items, fresh meats, and dairy. So we have the walk-in cooler to store our produce, but we also have a walk-in freezer so we can store all of our meats and maintain as fresh as possible. In our country, they say about 25 to 40% of all food is wasted. So it's not that we don't have enough food to feed everyone in America, it's a logistics. And so where we come in is we go and pick up the food and it's donated to us, and then we get it out to the community. So the food is not wasted. We work with 400 partner agencies, and those are church pantries, nonprofits in the community, Salvation Armies, Boys and Girls Club, after-school programs for kids, summer programs for kids. Just anyone who's a nonprofit, we can distribute food to, and they get it to the people in need in their area. Soup kitchens, homeless shelters, you name it. Anyone who's a nonprofit is welcome to get food from here.
And they come and pick up from here, the
Yes.
dump trucks.
They do, and we also have programs that deliver the food to their locations, because we have agencies over 100 miles away. We have 2 warehouses. We cover southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and Florida up until Panama City.
Where do you get most of your funding?
All over, wherever we can find it. It's a grant, so we're a member of Feeding America. They secure a lot of contracts for us and make grant recommendations. Our summer feeding program and our after-school snack program is funded by the Department of Agriculture, USDA, but the rest of it is privately funded. My life's passion is healthy food distribution. My undergraduate work was in social work, my master's is in public health, and I think both of those skills, they led me to where I am today at Feeding the Gulf Coast. And we can feed people, there's enough food, it just has to be done correctly. And so I'm excited to do this work.
Hi, what's your name?
Peggy Lyles,
How long have you worked here, Peggy?
25 years,
And what do you do here?
purchase and inventory manager.
That's awesome.
Very awesome, love it.
You obviously love it, or you wouldn't have been here 25 years.
I do. I love the mission. I love the mission itself. I love what we do, the people that we help. So that's, once you buy into that mission, once you know that there are people out there that really are in need, you'll love it.
I hear you like Pat's hibiscus tea.
Listen, I don't think she do anything wrong. I like everything that she does, so it's whatever she brings me, that's what I like to do.
All right.
She introduces me to a lot of things that I don't know anything about. So if she says, here, try it, I think I'm her guinea pig.
Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for showing us around, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And my friend Pat Smith and I are going to keep in touch on Facebook. But you wanted to talk about a little bit about hunger, right?
In our service area particularly, 1 in 6 people struggle with hunger, and 1 in 4 children struggle with hunger. So it's
That's
so
huge.
important to feed them healthy food, because when you're stressed financially, the first thing to go is the health and the nutritious quality of your food. So the garden out back, the work that Patricia does here is so essential to the overall health of our community. So we're very thankful to have Patricia here and all of her expertise.
And I think that Patricia needs some help. So if anybody wants to volunteer, are
Yes.
they welcome to come out?
Volunteer,
Because they
donations.
could really use volunteers in the garden, and what
Yes,
an
please.
incredible opportunity to learn about growing food and to work with somebody that's so inspiring as Pat, and just get out here and help Pat in the garden, because the more produce they can produce, the healthier the community will be. Right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Pat. Okay.
You're welcome back anytime.
BFF. Best friends forever. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Good job, guys.